Evening people, let me know what the sound's like. Again, still fiddling. I might have turned my mic down a little bit too much. It was a little bit quiet in the last stream. See how that is. I'm trying to make it so it's not too OTT for you lot, but I don't have to scream and shout, and it's not distorting, so a little bit to take into account. So back now for round 6 of the P1 boys on their BMW League. We are back with the Gr3s, so a little bit more power, a little bit more aero. Same car, but a lot more work gone into these. Just a quick one before we get in there. Big shout out to New York Mike as well. He sadly had family members pass away this week, so yeah, big shout out to New York Mike. The boys at the P1 stables dedicate this race to you and your dad, so yeah, big shout out to you, mate. Right, let's get ourselves have a look at some points, shall we? So we've got a couple of stand-in drivers this week. Who we got? Chainsaw LTU. You may have seen him from the P1 boys racing in the McGanns. He kind of put it to him a little bit and was vying for top spot for a lot of that, so turned up and scared him a little bit. Right, so Raoul leading the way then, 145 points. Mocking Weeks in second with 87. Dylan in third with 75. Benny fourth with 52. Reg in fifth with 46. Baggy sixth with 37. Also on 37 points is Aldo. Champ in eighth, 34 points. Ninth for Dizzy with 33 points. Patchy 10th with 31. 11th for Gamer Dad with 29. 12th for Manny with 25 points. 13th for Pilgrim with 21 points. 14th for Valium, 19 points. Dodgy 17 points for 15th. Rear Wheel 16th, 3 points for him, and Don 0 points. So yeah, a couple of reserve drivers in there as well. And as mentioned, we have got, let me just, this is a team event, so if you just notice on that first screen, we've got A, B, C, D and E all down the side here. That relates to their teams, which is thrown up here. So Team B is leading the way at the minute with 173 points. Team C is second with 158 points. Team A is third with 139 points. E is fourth with 126 points, and D is fifth with 75 points. Right, where has that gone? Let's get ourselves into this main stream then. So live for 40-minute race round at Catalunya. They're already into qualifying. Full lobby tonight as well. That's good to see. Let's just have a quick reminder of lobby settings. ×4 on tyre wear. ×4 on fuel depletion as well. Damage on light, so no trip to the pits. It will repair itself as they head round the track. So we're in then for 15 minutes of qualifying. We have only just started out. We are live from Catalunya. All the boys rocking a tribute livery for New York Mike's dad. As you can see, all the cars looking exactly the same. Yeah, see, just something about the sim race community. They'll do little things like this. You know, some people might see it as a nothing, but other people see it as, you know, an all and an everything. It's amazing how it can brighten up your day to see a livery that someone's put together for you, or in memory, you know, something you're passionate about. So let's just see if everybody's got that livery on. Not sure whether everyone's managed to find it. Can be a little bit difficult sometimes. It does look like. Oh, it's just Chainsaw, I think. Like I say, he was a reserve driver. Lithuania as well, so we'll let him off. We'll let him off. yeah, just let me know you can hear me all right, and I'm not coming through all broken up or sounding like a Dalek or something like that. It does happen. I will just make sure there is sound coming through. Yes, you can hear me. Well, I think you can hear me. Benny just getting it a little bit wrong through there, going for the alternate circuit route. Champ picking himself a penalty as well, just losing that. Benny's still first man out on track. I'm not sure whether Champ may have had a little bit of a coming together with Benny there to cause that. So we'll start seeing hot laps coming in any second as these boys cross the line. Let's see what they've got then. So Benny stays quickest so far, 1:48.8. He has just been pipped though. A couple of drivers actually going quicker than him. So just wait for that little gaggle to come through the chicane and we'll go and have a look. Just coming through now. Okay. One last driver. Right. So Dylan has got himself out front in the BMWs. 1:45.0 is fastest so far. Only a tenth quicker than Reg GT's fastest. 1:45.193. Raul in third as well. So 17 thousandths back. 1:45.210 for Raul. Manny fourth currently, 1:46.089. Aldo in, he was fifth. He's just been pipped. Chainsaw's gone quicker. 1:45.615 for Chainsaw. Sticks himself in fourth. Gamey Dad fifth with a 1:45.959. Manny sixth, 1:46.089. Aldo seventh, 1:46.100. Pilgrim in eighth, 1:46.205. Apache in 9th, 1:47.178. Benny in 10th, 1:48.8. Champ in 11th, 1:49.4. Mocking Weeks in 12th, 1:50.3. Tatey 13th, 1:50.6. Dodgy 14th, 1:51.3. Don, we just catch him crossing the line for a 1:44.7, fastest lap of the race so far. 0.3 of a second. I say that as Raul goes even quicker, 1:44.744. So Don just being pipped by 200ths of a second. That's it. Why has Reg GT left the room? Hopefully, Dicky connection has had some issues. So the boys we expect up the front are up the front at the minute. It's going to be a good old battle with Don, Raul, Dylan, Champ, Mocking Weeks, Chainsaw, all real fast drivers in the P1 stables. Gamer Dad and Reg GT as well when Reg GT's internet holds out. Yeah, it should be a good battle in these BMWs. Reg GT back in the room, yeah. Connection issues by the look of it. So, can anyone topple the German Rain currently? He's a few points out in front in this championship. He's chucking himself in the pits this lap anyway. Don's also in the pits, coming in for fresh tyres. We're going to see Dylan do the same. No, he stops out. Champ also stopping out. Most drivers on the super soft tyre by the looks of things. No worries. Thank you for stopping in. 2 streams in a night. Appreciated. So Raul then still on that 144.7. Don just come out on a fresh set of tyres, so we'll keep an eye on that. See whether he can do anything. He's drifting, he's on an outlap and he's sliding that BMW about. So Dylan's still holding that third, unable to beat lap 2, 145.0. Champ 4th. Reg GT back up into 5th after rejoining. Mocking Weeks 6, going a little bit quicker, 145.2. Pilgrim also going quicker, got himself up into 7th. 145.3 for Pilgrim. Chainsaw now 8th. Gamer Dad 9th. Manny 10th. Aldo 11th. Driver off wide in the background. Benny in 12th. I'm sure that time will come down. Let's see what he's got on this one. Yeah, so it goes from 12th to 10th then. Still 5.5 minutes left to try and put some laps in. So Aldo down to 12th, Apache then 13th, Tatey 14th and Dodgy 15th. Sitting out this qualifying session at the minute for Dodge. So what's Don put in? A 145.069 on that previous lap. I think that was his out lap. It's purple sectors now though. Early on into this lap though, so we'll stick with him, see what he's got. Been watching for a while, but you only just figured out how to chat. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you don't have, you can watch YouTube all you want, but if you want to chat and stuff like that, you have to have an account. So yeah, get yourselves an account, like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. You can only do that with an account and chat. So get an account and like and subscribe, damn it. So no movement up front. It's still Raul, Don, Dylan, Champ, Reg GT, Mocking Weeks. Pilgrim up into 7th. Him and Chainsaw have swapped places. 11 minutes into quali, so 4 minutes left to try and better these times. Gamer Dad in 9th. Benny in 10th. Just saw him put a faster lap in. Coming in for fresh tyres, trying to get even quicker. Manny 11th. Aldo 12th. Apache 13th. Tatey 14th. And Dodgy still 15th. Can Raul go any quicker? He does. 4/10 faster than Don. Don was putting in purple sectors though. I can't remember if they were quicker than a 0.4. P1 Champ getting the shouts out. 146.266 for Don, so having to hold on to 4th. It's not looking good for this lap. Weeks though going quicker. 144.8 gets himself up into 3rd position, pushes Dylan Champ Reg GT down positions. So Dylan 4th, Champ in 5th, Reg GT 6th. Pilgrim, I don't even know where you are, Pilgrim. Now in 8th. You were 7th, now in 8th. He's just gone quicker. Chainsaw's boshed himself up into 3rd position right at the end of quali. 2.5 minutes remaining. So it's now Raul, Don, Chainsaw, Mocking, Dylan, Champ, Reg GT, Gamer Dad, Pilgrim, here he is, Apache, Manny, Benny, Aldo, Tatey, Dodgy, Mocking Weeks. What? Where's Mocking Weeks gone? Mocking Weeks is now in the pits. You need to think about getting yourself out across that first timing line before qualifying ends. Mocking is up there. Well, he was. He was fourth after Chainsaw just pipped him for that third. But now he's sitting in the pits. There he is. Here he is. Dylan's gone quicker again though. 1:44.7 for Dylan. Chucks himself back up into second. Pushes Don, Chainsaw, Champ and everyone else down a notch. So Mocking Weeks then comes past that timing line, but now sits in sixth. Full tank and fresh set of racing, super soft on board. Maybe not the ideal setup to be doing qualifying. This is only an out lap though, but still far too much fuel on board. So 1 minute remaining. Raul still leading on that 1:44.3. Dylan has actually gone quicker, 1:44.739, but still pretty much 0.4 of a second back from Raul. Don's in third with a 1:44.7. Chainsaw is in fourth. He's on a 1:44.8. Champ fifth, 1:44.8. Mocking sixth. No hot lap on screen for us. Reg GT seventh, 1:45.1. Almost losing it. Gamebadad 8th, 1:45.3, actually making it up a position, getting past Pilgrim. Pilgrim 9th, 1:45.3. Manny in 10th, he's on a 1:45.5. Apache 11th, 1:45.7. Benny 12th, 1:46.0. Aldo in 13th with a 1:46.1. Tatey 14th, 1:47.3. And Dodgy, no hot lap on the screen for us. So, into the race then, 40 minutes. Times 4 time wear, times 4 fuel depletion. Let's see. All looking very similar tonight. Revs are up, just wait for the lights to drop and they're away. Good start by the boys. Everyone getting away well. All slotting it into a line then. Raul holding on to top spot. He's gone slightly defensive into turn 1. Dylan not able to chuck one down the inside, but trying to fend off from P1 Don. P1 Don holding that second though. Dylan third. Champ fourth. Chainsaw looking down the inside for that position. Champ's going to have the... Oh, no, he's not. Thought he was going to be able to carry the speed, but he's not. There's a big gaggle of orange BMWs coming up behind you. So Chainsaw up into fourth then. Champ fifth. Mocking Week 6. Gamebadad 7th. HGT in 8th. Pilgrim 9th. There's a big bundle coming through there in the background. Manny in 10th, Benny 11th, Apache 12th, Aldo 13th, Tatey 14th, and Dodgy. Oh, Dodgy's off track. He's down in 15th, and he's going to be way off the pace now as well, fortunately. So Raul then still leading from P1 Dom, 0.1 of a second between them. Damn you, game. Why won't you all of a sudden let me change camera? Oh my god. Why? 1 second, people. We're in. So on board with Raul then, with that big gaggle of BMWs chasing him down. Just starting to stretch out now they're onto this long straight. Starting to pull a bit of a gap, half a second over Don. Back over to the racing line. You can see the cars snaking across the track as well to try and keep in that slipstream. Don closing up all the way on Raul through there. To take a slightly tighter line, so loses the time again. In the background we've still got Dylan and Champ battling it out for third and fourth. Chainsaw just in the background of that little fight. Mocking Weeks as well, tucked into the background of Chainsaw. Dodgy's left the room now, unfortunately. So going through there nice and cleanly. No position changes. Bit of a gap developed between Mocking Weeks and Gamer Dad. What's that? 1.3 seconds back to the 7th place driver. Not that much of a gap, you can see it there on screen. And then another tiny gap back to Benny. 1.4 seconds back to this next pile. Got Pilgrim, Apache, Aldo, Tatey. Unfortunately, Manny's dropped off the back of this pack. 2.5 seconds now. No damage on his car. So Raul's still holding on to top spot, but it's still only just pretty tightly packed still. Almost off-roading there for Champ. So just on board with Chainsaw, looking back at Mocking Weeks. He's just getting a tow from the driver in front of his Chainsaw, so it doesn't benefit Mocking Weeks as much as he'd have hoped. Down the inside of Champ there for Chainsaw, looking for the move. Carries the speed as well into this next turn. So he gets himself up into 4th then for Chainsaw. Champ 5th. Now Mocking Weeks has got to try and get himself past Champ as well. Outside, doesn't do it, tries to chop back down the inside. Mocking Weeks is there, got to be careful he doesn't get wiped out in that lot. Tries to run it around the outside through there. Tiny bit of contact between Mocking and Champ. Wow, who's that? He's just got it wrong. They kept it on track, I think they have. It was Dylan just sticking a wheel on the grass. No, it's not. It's Chainsaw. Chainsaw's got it all wrong. I thought it was a yellow car, it wasn't, it was a white one. So Chainsaw now at the back of the pack. Spun himself round. Oh, he's gone deep in there as well. Still got dirty tyres from that off-road incident. Don has managed to get himself past Raul as well. So out front then for the Irish driver. It's Ireland versus Germany versus England. Then top 3 have pulled a bit of a gap over 4th place. Champ now being hassled by Mocking Weeks. There they are. Beautiful shot of them all coming down the start-finish straight. So Don held out. Didn't manage to get overtaken down the start-finish straight. So that's the gap the top 3 have pulled, you can see. It's about a 2-second gap, 2.5 seconds. Through there again, there's a bit of a gap back to the next pile of drivers as well, just starting to stretch out now, that pack at the back. So Don still leads. 6.5 minutes in. Raul 2nd, Dylan 3rd. Whoa! Mocking Weeks sticking a wheel on the sand. Getting a little bit tail happy in his BMW. Kept it on track, kept it in touch with Champ in front as well. Maybe losing a little bit of time down that straight. It's put him under a tiny bit of pressure from Gamer Dad for that position. So Gamer Dad less than a second back now. Needs to try and close that gap up before the start-finish straight. Reg GT, no Reg. So more internet issues for Reg. That's a shame. Top 3 then still pretty much neck and neck. Dylan just falling off the back of these 2 a little bit, still half a second. Raul then looking down the inside. takes top spot. Don second then. Drive by Raul. Still sticking together though. Still pulling a bit of time, 1.9 seconds between third and fourth. Champ now got himself a little bit of breathing room, 1.8 seconds with that little mistake from Mocking Weeks. Sitting in fifth at the minute, Mocking. Just keeping that gap between himself and Gamer Dad at a second as well. So Gamer in sixth, 1.4 back to Benny in seventh. 3.94 seconds back to Apache, under pressure for Pilgrim for that position as well. Got himself a penalty, 0.3 of a second he's got to try and lose somewhere. Aldo in 10th, so 1.5 back from the fight between Pilgrim and Apache. There they are, just driving up the track, so if they keep battling, we might see Aldo close that gap back up. Chainsaw then, starting to make his way back through these drivers, looking to 11th. Getting it all wrong, chucking himself back of the pack. He's got himself past Manny and Tatey, and losing a couple of drivers in that mix as well. Hopefully nothing to do with Chainsaw, possibly getting a little bit harassing through there. Yeah, Reg, he had issues. Was it in the Renaults he had issues the other night? Or was it the BMWs again? I can't remember. So Don unable to do the same back to Raul. Has to hold on to second. Is he now thinking about slipstreaming Raul for the next few laps? Try and save a bit of fuel, save some tyres. Slowly pulling away from P1 Dylan, gap up 2.8 of a second. Champ still 1.9 seconds back in fourth. Mocking Week still another 1.8 seconds back in fifth. Gamer Dad and Benny then close together. Sorry mate, it's a dodgy liar, that's all I can say. It doesn't work one-handed, let's put it like that. It's one of them. So Benny now with 2.1 seconds penalty he's got to lose whilst trying to get past Gamer Dad. Here's that punch up at the back. We've got Pilgrim in 8th, Apache in 9th, Aldo 10th. Chainsaw in 11th. Looks like he's just trying to drop a penalty through there. He has dropped his penalty. So now looking to get past those three BMWs in front. Yeah, was battling it out right up front, but got it wrong midway round. Through the chicane then out onto this start-finish straight. We've got Aldo and Apache, so it's Gamer Dad, Pilgrim, Manny in the pits. Chainsaw there, we're just going to chuck one up the inside of Aldo at turn 1. Nice and cleanly through there, so Aldo has to slot himself in behind. Chainsaw up into 7th then, but yet to stop. So a little bit strategy based this race. Still leading, Don's second. Yeah, they've pulled all sorts of time over Dylan now, 1.3 seconds. Looks like Dylan might have made a tiny bit of a mistake. That's brought him slightly closer to Champ as well. It does sound like, oh, who's that? Who's that that's got it off? Who's that in the background that's got it off? No, it's Don. Don's put it in the wall. Don's put it in the wall. 6th position at the minute. A little bit of damage on the front end that will repair itself. But now out of that fight with Raul for top spot. Just watch Chainsaw in the background coming through. So Raul then gets released. No pressure from behind directly. 2.1 seconds between himself and now Dylan. So Dylan is losing more time to Champ. 1.1 seconds the gap. Are we going to see them chuck themselves in? So Dylan in. Champ has stayed out. Mocking Weeks has decided to come in. There's only a couple of rounds left, Reg. Plug it into your phone, mate. Probably work better. Kick the missus off Netflix, damn it. Get the kids off whatever the hell they're watching, YouTube or whatever. Probably watching 4K flipping paint drying or something. That's what's doing it. Get them off. Oof. Raoul then, a 3.5 second lead over now Champ, who got himself past Dylan after that stop. So yet to stop himself. Oh, tiny bit squirrely through there. So the tyre wear's starting to come in now then. So Raoul and Champ, top two drivers who haven't stopped. 3.3 seconds between them. Dylan, who has stopped, 15.3 seconds back. He's gone for the soft tyre this time over the super softs. Obviously not happy with their longevity. Mocking Weeks also, but he's come out on a set of the super soft, so should be able to close the gap up on Dylan as long as he doesn't fold it into a wall. Gamer Dad comes out in 5th. So fresh set of super softs on board for Gamer. Benny 6 again, fresh set of super softs. Raoul in the pits now then. Champ follows him in. Where's this going to bring Dylan? So he's 18.5 seconds back. So Raoul just gets released. Champ still taking on board fuel. There's Dylan. Raoul just leaves the pits then, keeps himself in front. Dylan also keeps himself in front, not taking on board all the fuel. Where has Champ come out? Just being released from the pits now in 6th. So he's gone for a full tank and super softs, possibly taking on board too much fuel there, I think, Champ. The tyres will be done way before your fuel will run out. So that's messed things up a little bit. Let's see how it turns out later on in the race. We are only 15 minutes in. 24 minutes remaining. Raoul then, 1.9 seconds over Dylan. Both drivers stopped. Soft versus super soft tyre. Mocking Weeks up to 3rd with the super softs. Only 4th super softs. Gamer Dad super soft for 5th, but came in quite early. A bit of wear on those already. Gamer Dad 6th, so a lap a go for Champ. Pilgrim 7th, super softs on board, a little bit of wear showing on those. Chainsaw 8th again. Move down a position. Another penalty to lose as well, 0.4 of a second. We've got Apache in 9th. Super softs on board, stopping a couple of laps ago. Don getting it all wrong, did Don. Put himself in the wall. Super softs on board, currently in 10th position. Aldo 11th, super softs on for him. Soft tyres for Manny, looking to run a bit longer. Yeah, holding less fuel as well there, look. Almost 3/4 of a tank versus Champ's full tank. Tatey off-roading. Oh, that's going to slow him down loads. Unfortunately, that's put him out of that fight with Manny. Cutting the track as well. You might pick up a penalty for that there, Tatey. There you go. So we have lost 2 drivers. We've lost Dodgy and Reg, unfortunately. But Raoul still out front, still holding that 1.9. Just starting to stretch out now, this pack. Still big gap between top 5 and the next place driver, champ in 6, 4.2 seconds. There they are, just going down that long straight. So Pilgrim 7th. He has been closed up by Chainsaw. Still got a bit of a penalty to lose as Chainsaw. Pulled time over Apache though. Apache now under threat from Don. Again, these cars are a little bit twitchy on the rear end. They are obviously all rear-wheel drive. But if they've not got the downforce on the rear wheels, they don't like accelerating. That's for certain. So Don gets himself in a good place to make a move on Apache down here. Apache's run a bit wide though. So tucked into the slipstream for Don. Swings himself out to the right hand side. Now got the advantage into the turn. Now breaks Apache then up into 9th for Don. He's now got Don chuck him on back down the Apache chuck him on back down the inside there though. So a good move by Apache, saw the gap, took it. And he will have the advantage into the next turn as well. Oh, has he? No, he's backed out of that one. Don does take that place off him, up into 9th then for Don, Apache 10th. 3.4 then to try and close up on the 8th place driver, Chainsaw. Raul then starting to stretch out, 2.6 seconds over Dylan. Dylan picking himself up half a second penalty. Weeks in 3rd, 2 seconds back. He's got Benny in 4th, 1.3 seconds back. Gamer Dad in 5th. Starting to see the tyre wear come on that front left. Champ doing well to conserve his tyres. Aldo getting some shouts. Where's our man Aldo? Fortunately, he's not at the back of the pack. Ooh. Tatey was almost. He is at the back of the pack. We're getting the chicane all wrong for Tatey. Aldo is actually up into 10th position. Here he is. What is he? 1.9 back from Apache. He's got a bit of breathing room behind to Manny, 3.2 seconds. Pilgrim just coming out the pits with a fresh set of boots on, so we'll have to see where Aldo slots back into this pack once he comes in for his next stop. Tatey in the pits as well. So halfway through this 40-minute race, all sorts of strategies being used. We've got racing softs, super softs, different amounts of fuel going in. Deliveries in tribute of New York Mike's dad, who sadly passed away this week. Big shout out to New York Mike. Pulling more time is Raul, 3.7 seconds over the second place driver. Not losing time, but not gaining any time from Mocking Weeks either. Oh, he's lost a bit through there actually. Benny starting to close the gap down on Mocking New Weeks as well. So Benny just 0.6 of a second back. Weeks trying to drop the toe. Benny does close up into turn 1. Tries to drop his penalty through there as well. All over the rear end of Mocking Weeks through turn 1. Closes up again. Ooh. Lucky not to punt into the back of Mocking, but closes up still. Doesn't go for a move through there. Still has to hold on to 4th. They are, let me just flip forward, a little bit more on the same tyre. They've both got super softs on board, but a little bit more tyre wear on Mockins than there are on Benny's. Still unable to make a move down here. Needs to close the gap up, try and get himself in a good position to make a move down that start-finish straight, as we've seen a few drivers do. So Raul leads 4 seconds, Dylan in second. I can't even do numbers. I can't even do numbers. What's going on? Joaquin Weeks in third. Still being harassed by Benny for that position. 0.5 of a second back now. Alright, let's see how he gets on down this start-finish straight. So yeah, Mockin just trying to drop the toe for Benny. Gaining no toe from Dylan in front, so Benny will close up massively down here. Slings one down the inside at turn 1. Oh, not quite close enough, not quite close enough. Mockin Weeks holds onto that by the skin of his teeth. Almost being pushed around this circuit now by Benny. We're going to see him chuck one up the inside here. Mockin Weeks goes a little bit defensive. Chucks it out to the outside of the track, ready in anticipation for this next turn coming up where he needs the inside line again. Side by side through there, Benny actually holds the speed and runs it around the outside, takes that position off of Mockin, up into third then for Benny. Good drive. Mockin now fourth, Champ up into fifth. Still not doing too bad on those tyres, still holding half a tank though. Chainsaw up into sixth, slowly working his way back up to this front pack then. 7th place for Don, also working his way up through the pack. Gamer Dad 8th. Aldo in 9th. Yeah, pack really spreading out now, no direct battles kicking off here at the back. Manny in 10th, Pilgrim 11th, Apache in 12th and Tatey 13th. Aldo actually making up a position. Oh, is that because Tatey's been in for a fresh set of tyres? Raul continues to extend 4.4 over Dylan. Benny comes in the pits now though. So out of fuel, he had no choice. Raul can do nothing but just keep pulling tenths and tenths and tenths from Dylan. Also pulling time from Mockin Weeks as well, 2.9 seconds back to the 3rd place driver. Still got 4 seconds over Champ though in 4th position. So sitting in a podium spot at the minute for Mockin, but it won't be long before he's in the pits for fresh tyres and a bit of fuel as well. See where that puts Champ. Like I say, carrying that extra fuel. So he might have done that in his middle stint just so he has to spend less time in the pits for his final stint. But it will have cost him. It will have cost him on those super soft tyres. Don up into 5th then, holding a little bit of a penalty. He's got a fair amount of fuel on board as well, has Don. Gamer Dad 6th, under all sorts of pressure from Benny though. Benny just come out the pits on a fresh set of tyres. Super softs versus, he's not stopped that long ago, has Gamer Dad. Might be able to fend off the attacks of Benny for a few corners at least. He says as Benny slings one up the inside in the very next turn. Takes that position off of Gamer Dad, up into 6th then for Benny, 7th for Gamer Dad, 8th for Pilgrim. Through there cleanly, Chainsaw as well, 9th through there cleanly. Manny 10th, 9.5 seconds back. Aldo 11th, losing a position. Got some of the drives up front in the pits. Mockin Weeks champs for 2nd and 3rd. Apache 12th and Tatey 13th. So Dylan back out the pits in 2nd, but now 22 seconds back from Raul. Then he comes out in third. Right, so Raul's going to be at the end of this lap, unless he runs out of fuel. I think he's got enough on to go round, which is only ×4. Yeah, Don has had a little spin, but he is slowly coming back through. I think he's just come out of the pits for tyres, so that's what's put him a little bit further back. So 22-second current lead at the minute for Raul. Dylan's second. He's now got 4 seconds over Benny. Benny has got 1.2 over Gamer Dad. Gamer Dad has 0.3 from Champ Champ. Champ Champ has been in the pits then. Fresh tyres, a lot less fuel, so it's kept him in 5th. Kept him out in front of Mocking Weeks as well. Mocking Weeks now full fresh set of super softs and enough fuel to go to the end. So this front little pack starting to get a bit heated then as we come to the end of this race. Raul in the pits now. Dylan's still got the chicane to go. He's not got to take on board that much fuel, has Raul. A little bit messy through the chicane for Dylan. Raul gets released now. Dylan's too far back to make any kind of move on him. Raul's going to be carrying far too much speed into turn 1. There's the gap. So just under 11 minutes remaining. Raul holds on to that lead, 2.4 seconds from Dylan. Dylan now 4.7 seconds over Benny. Benny still got Champ Champ pretty close, 3/4 of a second. Mocking Weeks now a second back from that fight, just out of that slipstream range. Pilgrim then at 6th position, 7.6 seconds back. Chainsaw 1.5 seconds back for 7th. Got for the soft tyre in his final stint as Chainsaw. So Don 8th, 1.3 second penalty to lose. Let's see if he can use those super softs to his advantage. Gamer Dad in 9th, also on the brand new set of soft tyre, drifting it around there. Manny in 10th, super softs for him. Aldo 11th. Tatey 12th. Apache closed up, so Apache just been in the pits, fresh set of tyres. Tatey's looking a little bit beaten up now, so we should see Apache get this position. Just be able to carry all the extra speed through the turns. Will Apache brake later, accelerate earlier, without fear of losing his rear end. 1.1 seconds the gap. Let's get ourselves on board for a little bit of chase cam action. So the gap's still 1.1. Oh, Tatey's gone wide through there though. That's allowed Apache to close right back up. Gap down to ½ a second. Getting a better line through this last few turns as well. Able to sling one down the inside, although it does look like Tatey's just allowing Apache through, and he has, but gets a good exit. Compromised Apache on the way through the chicane, but too tight through there for our Tatey. He's put some wheels on the grass, and he's had to let off the throttle so as not to spin himself round, but he is looking to get back past Apache here using the slipstream. Who's going to win on the brakes? Tatey just. A little bit scruffy fight between himself and Apache. Kicking off at the back then. Not kicking off at the front. Rowland holding 3 seconds over Dylan. More time over Benny. Benny under serious threat from Champ Champ now. It's 1/4 of a second. Mocking Weeks has actually closed that gap down a little bit. These two fighting in front. It's just allowing him to close back up. board with Mockin then. We just see Benny running a little bit wide on that final turn. That's going to allow Champ to have a go at him into turn 1. He's gone defensive. Champ's looking to run around the outside. This is all benefiting Mockin Weeks. You two carry on fighting is all he's saying. Allow me to catch up. Gap to, a little bit squirrely out of there. Gap to half a second then. 0.3 of a second between Mockin and Benny. Champ through already up into third. Benny fourth. Now Mockin Weeks looking for that position. Benny's got fresh tyres on as well. Yes, he has. So very similar between Mockin and Benny. A little bit wide through there for Benny. That's allowed Mockin to slot one down the inside. Just carries the extra speed through there. So Mockin through into fourth. He can carry on the chase of Champ in front. Still less than a second between these two. Has just got to be a little bit careful of the attacks of Benny to get that position back. Gain any advantage. Mockin Weeks pulling over to that right hand side of the circuit to try and lose any toe for Benny behind. Right, 6 minutes remaining. Let's run through the order. Raoul still pulling a gap, 3.7 seconds over Dylan in second. He's now got 5.6 from Champ, who's got 0.8 over Mockin, who's got 0.4 over Benny. So Chainsaw 6, Don all over the rear end of the Lithuanian though. He's in a good position to get this move done down here. That's the wrong driver. There we go. Maybe a little bit too far back now. Got a penalty to think about dropping as well. He will close up on Chainsaw down towards turn 1. Too far back to make a move. Both drivers just trying to lose penalties through there. Why have you done that? So looking around the outside now. Can he carry the speed? He needs to keep his nose on the outside all the way down this straight. I think he's done it. Unfortunately not, just had to back out. Chainsaw carried a tiny bit of extra speed through that turn. Managed to keep himself up front then into 6th position. So Don's 7th, Gamer Dad 8th, having a lonely race, 6 seconds either side of him for Gamer. Manning in 9th, he's got Pilgrim 1 second back. Aldo in 11th, again having a little bit of a lonely race, 3 seconds back, 3.5 back to Apache. He's managed to get his way past Tatey. So Tatey now down at the back of the pack. Raoul then still pulling time. Seems to be where the action is right here. Champ Mockin Weeks. He managed to pull a little bit of time. He's going for the move. Is Mockin. Can he get himself into this? He's down the inside. Gets himself past Champ up onto the podium then for Mockin. 3.5 minutes remaining. Can Mockin Weeks hold on to this final podium step? Can Champ stick it to him right at the end? A little bit less fuel on board for Champ, but tyres looking very similar. A little bit more on Mockin Weeks tyres actually. We'll see, but both these drivers still pulling time over 5th place Benny. 1.5 seconds the gap now. Chainsaw 6, but under threat from Don. Looking down the inside here again for Don. Didn't work. Still all over the Lithuanian driver in front. So Don Don just losing a tiny bit of penalty through there as well. Oh, Don, you're going to have to stop for fuel by the looks of things. I don't think you're going to see another lap on that, mate. You're brave if you do. Chainsaw looks like he's got plenty on board, though. Has Don seen it? He has. He's coming to the pit, so he's out of that fight then. That's a shame. He needed one more lap of fuel on board. That's all he wanted. Raul then. 5.9 seconds now over Dylan. Plenty of fuel on board for the top two. Champ, plenty of fuel on board. He's got himself back past Mocking Weeks. Also plenty of fuel on board. So Mocking Weeks unable to hold on to that podium position then. Still time for Mocking to get that position back though. Benny unfortunately pushed down to 5th then. Still just within striking distance. What's kicking off here? Mocking Weeks and Benny side by side. Sorry, and Champ. Benny's just in the background. Champ still winning out just in this fight. Holds that defensive line to the left-hand side. Drops his penalty. Mocking Weeks trying to run around the outside through there. A little bit of a nudge from Champ just on the exit. These two are going to see another lap as well. So another chance for Mocking Weeks. He's got to get himself in a good position down this start-finish straight. And there it is, all over the rear end of Champ. He's going to get the move done early by the looks of it if he can carry the speed. Outside then, can he get this one done? I have to change up this camera view for this one. Tiny bit of contact between them through there. Mocking Weeks getting nudged off track a tiny little bit. So just 5 seconds remaining. Who's going to be the next driver to cross the line? It's going to be Manny. Unless the driver overtakes him. He's run out of fuel as Manny. But he has come home to take 10th. Aldo is going to come home for 11th. Apache is going to take 12th. Why are you rolling slowly? No damage on your car. You've got plenty of fuel on. Coming home for 12th nonetheless for Apache. Tatey taking 13th. And then we wait for the front runners to come through. Raul then. He's had a stormer. He's been out front pretty much the whole race. A couple of position changes between himself and, was it Dylan in front? Or was it Don? Don got it wrong. It comes through that final turn then, does Raul. Down this start-finish straight. Take another win in this series. Pushing himself further out front. So Raul takes the win then. Dylan comes through to take 2nd. Champ. Is he not? Mocking Weeks has just got himself through into 3rd. It's a punch up for this 3rd position. Champ takes it. Mocking Weeks. What? Benny snuck through to take 3rd. Champ 4th. Mocking Weeks 5th. Chainshaw's going to come home for 6th. It's difficult to see who was who there. Don is 7th, Gamer Dad 8th. Yeah, I've got no player names above drivers tonight for some reason. And Pilgrim then takes that final position and 9th. So yeah, usually they've got names above their cars, but for some reason tonight it doesn't want to do that. So another good round of the BMWs from the P1 boys. Why does it suddenly decide to drag all the cars from wherever they are on the circuit back to the pits? That was a good battle for 3rd, wasn't it? It was a good battle. Benny sneaking his way through. He was 1.5 seconds back the last time we checked on him, and yeah, stuck himself past Champ and Mockin. I thought Mockin was going to take that. Ended up at the back of that little pack. So yes, that was round 6 of the BMW league from P1 boys. Back again next Sunday at 9 o'clock. I myself am back tomorrow night, 8:30, for the Tanso Racing Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday. Back Thursday for P1 boys again, and that's 9 o'clock for the Renault Megane League. Friday night, final round of the GTTCC, hosted by MRC. And then back next Sunday for the next round of the Tanso BMWs and the next round of the P1 BMWs. That's about it. If you fancy helping my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. Let's just catch up with the chat. Well done, boys. Sneaky from Benny. Yeah, I know. Sneaky Benny. Sneaky Benny right at the end there. He's usually one to do it in quali. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much going to be it from me. So I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.